Live. Let's get into it.
K-West say they don't care about black folks. Seem like black folks, they who doubt the most. Face intolerance just like lactose walking past. Acting like a scene of ghosts. Wicked have no shame. In the death game, inflicts the pain, except the no blame. The number one aim, ill-gotten gain. Going unnamed, but shit's the same. Color of scarlet, America the harlot. You wanna get jiggy with her? Better be the top bidder. America for sale. The deal's gonna fail. You bargain with hell, it won't end well. You bargain with hell, it won't end well. The whole world sees just what you're doing. The evil empire will come to ruin. Everywhere the storms are brewing. Scratching cats, dogs are chewing. Dealing with the big rats. People don't like that, can't even say that. Homie, don't play that. Republican, Democrat, time for the payback. Canceling your contract, think you ought to stay back. Color of scarlet, America the harlot. You wanna get jiggy with her? You better be the top bidder. America for sale. The deal's gonna fail. You bargain with hell, it won't end well. You bargain with hell, it won't end well. Every 2 to 4 years we cast our vote. Most of the time we in the same boat. Looking for the people to make good laws, but when they get there, they dropping the draws, bending over when we need them to stand, getting over on the common man. Caught in a train wreck, getting a paycheck, raising the devil on an all new level. The devil is here. The devil is here. The devil is here. The devil is here. The devil, the devil, the devil, the devil, the devil, the devil.
Yeah. The bargain with hell is gonna fail. As you see the 3 people on the screen right now, one of them is the one on the left is the current governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, who decided he's going to fight Donald Trump and fight against American citizens to protect those who are here in the United States illegally. He's making a bargain with hell. Negro the Clown in the middle is the current mayor of Chicago. He said the same thing. He's going to actually fight. He's actually going to fight the U.S. government against the United States citizens. So he's a clown, Negro the Clown. His name is Brandon Johnson. I call him Negro the Clown. And then, of course, the third person that you see on the edge, on the side there, is Joe Biden, who I consider him as the devil, of course. But anyway, welcome. Been a whole lot going on this week. Always so much. Thanks, Michael Beach of Life, for joining us. You already subscribed, I know, sharing light. And we invite anybody to come in here if they would like to make any comments. You can feel free to make your comment, put in the comment section. I'll put them on the screen. But of course, if anybody wants to actually join the conversation and come on camera, they can do that. Here's the link that I'm showing right here. But it's been such a week. This is really the first. It's been a full week now since President Trump was inaugurated and installed officially as the President of the United States of America. And this basically every week I want to just come in and just give a synopsis of what has gone on during this past week. So one thing, day one, that the president came in, he signed, I believe now he signed hundreds of executive orders to deal with the border security, world trade, environment, other things that we can talk about here. One most notably here that he has signed an executive order where they want to now eliminate what's been called birthright citizenship. And he's gotten a lot of pushback for that. I think about 20 so attorneys general have sued the president, sued the federal government policy that not recognizing anybody becoming an automatic citizen just by being the virtue of being born within American soil. And the president, Trump, is the only one, the first one to have sense as a president to challenge this law properly. This amendment in the Constitution, as President Trump accurately stated, was meant for the children of the freed slaves, the freed black slaves, which I'm a descendant of, the real foundational, as I call myself, a foundational black American. I can trace my lineage to actual people who were enslaved in Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina. That amendment was just to give citizenship to the children of the newly freed slaves, and President Trump accurately stated that's who that was for, not for these people coming across the border illegally, not for people coming from other countries coming in and sneaking in and overstaying their visas. That is not for that. So all these decades of anchor babies, people, women coming across, sneaking across the border, pregnant, so they could come across and have a baby because of the misapplication of the law. So they call them anchor babies. So they come in and have a baby. So the baby would automatically be a citizen, which allows them to stay in America. But of course, that is not the way the framers of that amendment intended. It was intended for black slaves, the descendant of black slaves only. And I'm glad that these attorney generals have challenged this in court, because now this is on track, and I hope they will put it on a fast track to have this case heard in Supreme Court, to where the Supreme Court will decide that it is actually as it was intended for the descendant of black slaves only. That is what that is for. So I'm looking forward to that case being heard soon in the Supreme Court. And I thank President Trump, and black people should be very thankful. America, all Americans should be thankful to President Trump for putting this forward, because it not only hurts black Americans, it hurts all Americans. That these millions of people have been able to come in illegally and siphon off and be like vampires, sucking the blood of the American taxpayer, the American citizen, who are real citizens of the United States. They've come in and stolen and raped, murdered, and using the resources of the taxpayer, getting free food, free clothes, free housing, free health care, free all other kind of benefits, that all those billions of dollars, probably in the trillions now, that should have gone to American citizens, but it was siphoned off to someone who was illegal. And if they come in the country improperly, they are automatically criminals. So they are all criminals. Let's make that very clear. You come into this country illegally, you are a criminal. All of you, all of them are criminals just by virtue of them coming here. As I said before, the United States government has been the only stupid country that allowed their borders to be raped and pillaged like this. Putin, the Russians, they don't have this. The Chinese, they don't have this. Germany, all these other countries. You cannot, the Philippines, I'm in the Philippines. When you come to the Philippines, you have to check in on a monthly basis, or every 60 days. If you come in, presuming you come in legally, you have to check in every 30 or 60 days and renew your visa. If at any time you overstay your visa and you mess around, even if you overstay your visa by 1 day, you can go renew it, but you're going to pay a fine. The fine is like $20 that you have to pay the Philippine government to renew your visa as a penalty for your being overstaying your visa. If you stay over your visa longer than that and they catch you, the worst, the least that's going to happen to you is they might put you in jail. Actually, you want them to deport you. You don't want to be in a Philippine jail. And the Philippine government is totally 100% correct to protect their sovereignty and not let people come in and rape and murder and steal from the Filipino people. So the Philippines, whom many of you may call a third world country, the Philippines has more sense than America in that respect. So that is going on. We've also had a few of the president's cabinet to be approved. most notably Marco Rubio as Secretary of State. He's been approved. Also, they just approved Pete Hegseth, I believe, as the Secretary of Defense. And I believe now they're in the process of getting ready to vote on Pam Bondi for the Attorney General. Also, we have Cass Patel coming up, the Director of the FBI, Robert Kennedy Jr., Health Human Services, Tulsi Gabbard, also, and other notable people that President Trump has nominated to be added to the cabinet. And they should be added very quickly. But I can tell you that as a Chicagoan, that President Trump has done more for the citizens, especially the black citizens of Chicago. He's done more in 10 days than Obama did in 8 years, and that this devil Joe Biden did in the last 4 years. Joe Biden, the devil, the one who came on video, audio, saying that America is doomed because black people are in America. And he said that out of his devilish mouth, that America is doomed because of black people. Okay? So he is no friend of blacks. And he lied. He's a damn liar. When he came into, before he took office, he said, when you come after I'm elected, black people, you have a friend. I got your back when I'm your president. And he was a bold-faced liar. The first thing he did when he came in, the first few days, what did he do? He put through anti-hate crime bill to benefit Asians. He's done whatever he could to further the genocide of black people by letting in millions of illegal aliens, most of them from southern border, whether it be Mexico and South America. He's allowed them to come in and take the place of black people, taking, as President Trump accurately said, taking black jobs, taking black money, the taxpayers, black taxpayers such as I, to the tune of at least $1 billion just in the city of Chicago, they have stolen out of our pockets, where we have Negro the Clown as our mayor now. Brandon Johnson wanted to propose a $300 million property tax increase. Yes, I still own property in Chicago. Even though I'm in the Philippines, when you have Negro the Clown in there that wants to raise our taxes $300 million or more, and the people rose up and stopped it, he still raised our taxes because he raised up the fees like on cable service, cell phone service, what else? Traffic tickets, he raised those up. So he still raised our taxes. He just did it a sneaky way. But Joe Biden and the Democrats, the demonized rats, were the one that let all these millions of people in here to destroy black Americans and to destroy Americans. Pitiful. Period. They've been allowed to come in and rape, murder, and rob and kill. And one thing that was good that was passed by Congress is the Laken-Riley Act, which basically says that if you catch any illegal alien, that they can be immediately detained, jailed, reported to ICE, and put on the road to be deported out of here. If they don't jail them, they can take them, send them to Nicaragua or Colombia, wherever, Mexico, and they can serve time in the Mexico jail. The American citizens should not be paying to house, food, clothe, and shelter criminals such as the ones who murdered Americans. Laken Riley being the person that they decided to publicize their name. But they also killed and did crimes to black people as well in this country, in America. So they need to all go back. I can tell you as a Chicago, I'm a lifelong Chicagoan here, and I flipped red a long time ago. I voted for 3 Republican governors: Bruce Rauner, Jim Edgar, and George Ryan. Those are all Republican governors that sat that I voted for. And I'm proud to say that I voted for President Trump when he first ran in 2000 and 2020, excuse me, not 2020, 2016, and then I voted for him last year. Absolutely, I flipped red a long time ago. So I invited some people here. I guess that some of my subscribers would have got notice. Again, anybody who's ghost watching out there, I see I got some people watching. You can identify yourself, or you can, if you got a comment, please make your comment. See, I mean, but if I just, I welcome other points of view. And I even give you the opportunity to come on screen and give your point of view. It's just that right now, as far as the current events in America, which I'm still an American, and I at least want to spend at least 2 or 3 months out of the year in Chicago or in Memphis, because I still have ties there, business there, and a house there, home there. But this is an outlet and an opportunity for you, the listener. I'd like you to share this broadcast. Share it now. Share it, like it. And if you've already subscribed, thank you. If you you haven't subscribed, please do so. We welcome. Again, we welcome your opinions. The first week, I was able to have 3 panelists on. That was kind of lively, and then I had panelists on the second week. Last couple of weeks, I haven't had anybody join me, but this is going to be me just giving my synopsis or opinion or presentation or digest of what's going on in America the past week. I'll do so, and this is something I'm doing, keeping me busy. As I'm officially in retirement, but I keep up with all that mess that's going on in America. So the other thing that's happening, one big thing that's happening is Tom Homan, the new border czar, has set up camp in Chicago. And one day he's done, he started to round up, and deportation has already started. Thousands have been rounded up, taken into custody, and some of them have been deported. Illegal aliens, who by definition, all of them, 100% of them are criminals. They violated federal law. So that means they have committed a crime. That means they're criminals. And I'm happy. And a lot of people who have sense in Chicago and in other cities that have sense, that have common sense, are glad to see this roundup. He basically tried to get the government to let him in. Tom Holman tried to let ICE be allowed in the jails to get the criminals that's already in jail. But you had a few governors and mayors and officials that have resisted him. And they're in the process of, you will see very soon, especially Negro the Clown, Negro the Clown of Chicago, a jail cell is getting ready for you. Trump and Tom Holman is getting a jail cell ready for your ass. He's already sent you a subpoena to have your ass in D.C. before Congress to testify and give an account of your action, your Negro the Clown action in Chicago against Americans in favor of illegal criminals. So you have been summoned to court, Negro the Clown, and I hope to see a picture of you in handcuffs with your hand behind your back, behind bars. Please, I want to see that picture. You and Governor Flintstone Pritzker in Illinois. Get him in jail as well. Get the jail cell ready for him as well, who are actually going against Americans, going against American citizens in favor of illegal alien criminals. Glad to see that being done all over the country. And at this rate, and hopefully, and they were talking about the fact that they may round up some people who have not been charged with a crime. No, they haven't been charged with a crime because the dumbass government under the Democrats, the Democrats, made a decision not to charge them with a crime. Every last one of them should be in custody, in jail. They should have been deported. And we hope and pray that Trump and Tom Holman, who actually he had Dr. Phil accompany him on a pickup of a criminal in Chicago. He had Dr. Phil, a TV host, with him actually on a roundup picking someone up. If y'all haven't seen that video, look it up. Tom Holman and Dr. Phil picking up an illegal alien. Pick that up. Just want to make you aware of that, and you can go see that clip for yourself. And shout out to Barry Cunningham. Shout out to Barry Cunningham. And I gotta say, you got love Barry Cunningham. He's one of the greatest YouTube vloggers right now. I would say definitely go check out Barry Cunningham YouTube channel. He's one of the best out there, almost on a daily basis, giving YouTube, giving a live commentary on the current events there in America. The other person I would have you to go to would also, I'm going to put this here in the chat, Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels is another one. Definitely check him out. And the other one who I endorse is Philip Scott. Philip Scott. Anton Daniels and Philip Scott. All three of them are black YouTube vloggers. They have Blue YouTube channel. Philip Scott has the African Diaspora Network. Anton Daniels, he's another one. And again, Barry Cunningham. Those are the three people that I would endorse that you go check out their content as well. Again, here's the link. Anybody that wants to. I've been on maybe about 30 minutes. It looks like I'll probably be on no more than 30 minutes. Depends on, what people come into the audience. And understand that this content may not be that popular with certain people. That's why I'm trying to really collaborate with other like-minded people, such as Danny C. from Chicago Flip Red organization. I consider myself to be a member of that organization, and I definitely plan to interact with them in person when I return back to Chicago. Danny C., Danielle Carter, Zoe, also Jessica Jackson of Chicago Flip Red. So I'm actually consider myself in that organization, Chicago Flips Red. And again, I'm flipping red from Southeast Chicago to Southeast Asia. Flipping red. That means I'm voting Republican, mostly not voting for the Democrats. I can't name you one Democrat that I would vote for. I certainly would not vote for Flintstone for governor. I definitely would not vote for Negro the Clown as the mayor. My alderman, she's a damn puppet. She hasn't done anything. She supported all this the illegal aliens and stuff against the Chicago citizen. And she's like my neighbor. She lives like, her house is like 2 blocks away from mine in Chicago. I care nothing for her. What's her name? Harris. Michelle Harris, ironically, just like that devil Kamala Harris, who just voted. She's actually a liar and a devil. And one thing I like about President Trump and the Republicans, they are revealing and showing the Democrats to be liars. They are showing that they have been lying to the American people for the last administration, the last 4 years, and also Obama. He's lied. He's been proven to be a liar, a damn liar. Obama, who's been a liar and a devil. He is not my brother. He's a liar. And Trump and the Republicans are proving that they are lying. I'm from Southeast Chicago, again, around 87 and Stony Island, which is called Calumet Heights. So for the last 40 years, I've been in Southeast Chicago. I've been in South Chicago, South Shore, Calumet Heights for the last 40 years. Before that, I was in Inglewood. You've heard of Inglewood. I was in Inglewood for about 4 years. Before that, the first 16 years of my life, I was on the west side. I was born and lived my house where I lived. My mother stays on the west side of Chicago. So I'm an original west sider. Diamond Dre, 93rd and Jeffrey. Man, well, yeah, I have my cousin Dean Moulton, photography. He lives right around 93rd and Jeffrey as well. I forgot what you call that area. Jeffrey Heights or something. You know what it is. But anyway, I know that area very well, quite well. I have relatives that still stay there right now. So I spend a lot of time driving down Jeffrey. So I know, and I've ridden my bike over there, so I know exactly where you are. But again, I'm from Southeast Chicago, currently in Southeast Asia. Of course, I should be back in Chicago this spring, be back, and I definitely want to get reconnected or connected with Chicago Flip Red. Yep, Gresham, 80th and Laughlin. Yep. So I spent about 4 years in Inglewood, 67 in Halsted, 74th in 74th in Racine. So, yeah, definitely had those roots. This is definitely Chicago in the house. Diamond, give me your opinion of how the Chicagoans are reacting there to the election of President Trump. And again, you're welcome to join this broadcast. If you want to join and come on screen, I would really like to get your perspective as a Chicagoan there, boots on the ground, to say how it is there. Are they still lining up at 87th Street, Home Depot? Are they still sleeping outside the police stations, in tents on the sidewalk there? I saw some pictures there where a little village looked like a ghost town. It wasn't nobody out there. Usually that's a bustling, vibrant community. You see a lot of them Mexicans out there. I told you, I call Chicago as Mexico City Norte. In other words, when you come to Chicago, you might well say you coming to North Mexico City when you come to Chicago. But I would like to get your perspective there, live perspective on what's going. I got the link on the screen. You can join this and come on screen. You don't have to show your face on the screen. You can just, your voice can be on there only. You don't have to show your face if you don't want nobody to know who you are. But you can just come on and be on the panel and just you can just give your voice. I'm very interested, and I did invite Danny C and a couple of the Chicago people to. Okay, oh, I see Diamond, you coming up. Let me add you to the stage. Diamond,
how you doing,
say something.
Mr. Line? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Can you come up? Can you raise your volume up some?
Okay.
I hear you, but it's faintly.
How about now? Is that better?
Oh yeah, that's absolutely better. Yeah. So how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Hey, again, I flipped red years ago.
Okay.
I told you I voted for Jim Edgar, George Ryan, and Bruce Rauner for governor there in Illinois. The only one I didn't vote for was that damn JT. I can't stand him. I was up when I ain't saying his name.
I was born in '81, so I remember my parents voting for Harold Washington.
Of course, that's right.
They took him out. They didn't like him being in there.
Yes. Right.
I'm personally, I am for Trump. I'm against this Brandon Johnson guy.
Negro the Clown.
Man.
Negro the Clown, you mean. Negro the Clown.
This joker, he need to go on back to Elgin, where he come from.
Yes.
Because he's letting these, I try to be politically, I don't want to be rude, but I don't think that he's
I'll
putting
be rude. I'll be rude, goddammit. I'll be rude, goddammit. They illegal alien criminals. If they in this country illegally, they are an automatic criminal. Ain't no politically correct. They are damn criminal, and I'm glad to have a president, a real president, that identifies them as they are and dealing with them as they actually are.
Mm-hmm. I think I put some thought into this, and I don't have any problem with helping anybody, but I think we need to put our country first. I've
Yeah.
traveled, and when we go to these other countries, they put their country first.
I'm in the Philippines right now, so I can testify to this. I'm in the Philippines.
Yes,
You
sir.
cannot
Yes, sir.
pull the stuff that they pull in America. The Philippines are not having it. Just
You
like they
can't do it in
let the dope.
Mexico.
No, just like they let the dope and the drugs run rampant in America purposely, really to kill us, to kill let black people be dead and
Hmm.
destroyed.
You
We
know
have
that's
a
right.
man. We have a man here named Duterte, who was the president of the Philippines. He ran all the drug dealers out of this city that I'm in now, Davao City. He ran all the drug dealers out of the Philippines. He wasn't having it. He said, you come here with that shit, you gonna be smoked.
You know, hate is a strong word. I hate them drugs. I had my oldest brother. He went to Hearst High School. He was born in '65.
Yeah.
He OD'd on heroin. You know that really did something to me. My uncles, they grew up in the Robert Taylor Project, 5247 South Federal. He was
Yeah.
on heroin for a long time. I think they flooded our communities with them drugs,
Yeah.
and it's just been devastating, man. It's been devastating, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll
Like
tell
I
you one thing,
said.
I really enjoy your channel.
Yeah.
I really enjoy your singing. When I get an opportunity to take a vacation, I want to link up with you down there in the Philippines, man. I've been there twice before,
Oh, okay.
and I only
What was
stayed,
your
most
impression?
times I stayed,
What was your
sir.
impression of the Philippines? What is your impression of the Philippines since you've been here a couple of times? We like to hear that.
Um, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's what a lot of them YouTubers try to make it out to be, like it's this paradise.
Yeah.
But for for me to be, I'm a 44. I'll be 44 if God let the creek don't rise the last 10.
Yeah.
If it's a place where if you got 3 or 4 grand coming in every month, I don't want to work all my life. You follow me?
Right.
So that's something that'll be doable for me in the next couple of years. And if I can find me one of them little tenderoni, kick back, relax,
They
and
got
leave
'em.
all this craziness.
They got them here. They got some tender. They got tenderoni max here. I mean, man, it ain't no comparison. The women here that you could actually get close to, who would actually give you the time of day
Hmm.
that would the women will not give you in America.
Well, it's just I don't like all of that. The sisters not like the sisters when I was growing up. They
I
they
know.
they they cursing, they drunk.
Yeah.
Not all, but it's definitely been a change since what I saw coming up in the '80s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How you liking it?
Yeah.
How you liking it over there, brother?
I've been here. I retired September 2023.
Yes, sir.
So I've been here since then, except I went back to Chicago and Memphis for the summer. But I actually stay here now. I stay in Davao City. And I got me a place to stay. I'm here. My housing expenses is quite low. And you said 3 or 4 thousand a month. You don't need that much. If you have 2,000, and you know how you got some sense, you can live quite well here for 2,000
Okay.
a month.
Well,
So if
like
you,
you say, Memphis, I got a rental property down in Olive Branch. I don't know if you're familiar with Olive Branch.
of course, my mother was born in Memphis.
Oh, it's right.
My grandmother was born. My grandmother was born in Olive Branch, Mississippi, near Wiggins Chapel Church
Yes, sir.
on
Yes, sir.
On Route 305 in
Oh, that's the main
Olive
strip.
Branch, Mississippi. You
Yes,
know
sir.
where that
Yes, sir.
is?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Okay
do.
then.
I do. I do. I do. You know, all our family from down. You know, that's where our folks come from. My grandmother, she used to call it Durat, but it's actually Durant. Morant, but she
Durant.
would say, I was born in Durat, Mississippi. You know, you was
Durant.
born June the 9th, 1910.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any relatives in Olive Branch now or Hernando?
No, not anymore. I had an aunt and she passed on, and I actually was able to buy her home. You know, that was I got that home. It was an emotional thing for me. I bought that home because them people try to take it from the taxes, and I ain't, you know.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
put a
you
couple
got to be
dollars into it
very
and picked it up.
careful. Yeah, you got to be very careful. You know, them older people that left that property, that's how they stole a lot of property from black folks. That they was lax. They were lax. And, you know, and that's a sore spot with me because I let some of my Negro cousins got or inherited some property and them damn fools didn't pay the damn taxes and the white man got it. And this is some property that I should have had. And these Negro the clowns, I call them now, Negro clowns, didn't pay the tax and lost the damn land.
And now they folks is gonna get the generational wealth off of the sweat off of your family's back. That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's definitely my family's back. That was my aunt Kizzy's property down there
Let me
in
ask you
Hernando,
something, if
Mississippi.
you don't mind.
Yeah.
What do you feel about that? You know, I've listened to you talk. I can tell you a brother that's intellectually sharp. You know, and what do you think about that as far as our ancestors, our elders were able to accomplish so much more, and they made less.
Yes.
And now we make more, and we haven't been able to accomplish even half of that. What do you think about that, brother?
All right. I'm glad you said that. You know, I was thinking about the same thing that you just said lately. That just like take Chicago, for example. You look at what John Johnson, Ebony, and Jet was able to do. George Johnson. Look at a lot of our grandparents, like my grandparents, that own real estate, own 4 flat buildings, 8 flat buildings, 2 flats, 3 flats. And they came up here. A lot of them didn't even have a high school diploma.
Had holes in their shoes.
Yeah, but they was able to come up here like my grandparents, when they passed away, they had several pieces of real estate paid for here. And they didn't have the education. This was before segregation, pre-civil rights. They had property. My auntie, who was a Geechee, of course, that's where I get Geechee line from.
Down there in the Carolinas, Louisiana, down
Carolina. Yes,
there.
my great grandfather was named Nathan McKelvin. And Nathan McKelvin's he had like 9 children, 10 children. But one of his daughters, of course, was my grandmother, Alma Love McKelvin. And my auntie was named Annie Reed McKelvin.
Yes,
She
sir.
became a bishop, and she was a pastor on the south side of Chicago, 71st, 1st, 61st Street, and then 73rd and Racine. She was the pastor of Travelers Rest Church, right there on 7030 South Racine.
Right
She
down the
was the
street from the motorcycle repair shop. I know where it's at. There used to be a little
She was
motorcycle repair stop.
right. She was the pastor there for over 30 or 40 years. She's a
Wow.
Geechee. Those people came up again from Georgia, Alabama, and again, they were able to build, as you said, without the fancy education. Chicago. And I got into, but before I get to that, you familiar with Reverend, he's not even a reverend, Dr. Willie Wilson, who ran
Dr.
for
Willie
mayor.
Wilson. That's that
He's
brother. He's from down there in Louisiana.
He's
They
from
should have
Louisiana.
elected that brother,
Right.
and they don't want to do it because he sound country. Hey,
Which is
but
stupid.
he a sharp picker. He got millions.
He's a millionaire. He
got
he
millions.
donated millions to Chicago during COVID.
Buying them gas. But you know the way he talk, they ain't want to give him a shot.
No.
They put this suburb sucker clown in here.
Negro clown. This is what I'm saying. They so hung up on his accent that they not looking at, hey, this is the best man for the job.
That man
You know what I'm
signs
saying?
the check. That man signs the check.
Yeah, he signed the front of the check, not the back. So I got into a heated discussion. I don't know if you saw this when I first started here. I had a brother on. He's currently in the Philippines now. He's from Chicago, and he's been in the Philippines for 6 years. He's married to a Filipino. I had him on the panel, and I was trying to tell him again about, they didn't want to choose Willie Wilson because of his accent, not going by just because somebody can't speak the perfect King English like Prince Charles. I'd rather have somebody to speak like Ray Charles than Prince Charles, and they is the right person. And I got into it with him. I said, look, you can't go by somebody that don't, whether they speak English or not. He was trying to tell me, okay, Harold Washington, he could speak English very well.
Yes,
But
sir.
there was more to him than just the way he talked. He had substance under that. He was a real man for the people. He was the only man for the people.
I think his intellect was above the office of mayor. If he really researched the man himself, I did see that live. I did see that live. I'm a traveling man myself, so I like to be able to listen to all points of view.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's I think that's important because especially when we all look like this,
Yeah.
and I pay attention to some of them guys. Some of them think they know it all.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the way to go personally.
No,
you know what I mean?
I don't. I tell you, hey, I know I don't know it all, but we can have different opinions, but you can have different facts.
It don't change to it.
No, the fact is that, okay, Harold Washington, I said, was the only person who ever was a mayor who was a real mayor for the people. We haven't had any other one. Now, we did have Mayor Sawyer there who served for a while, but then you see They ran him right out of there. And then you had that devil Mayor Daley. And then you had that devil Hitler,
The
the real Hitler, Daley, and the real Hitler, Ron Emanuel.
Rom.
Yeah.
Well, you think about it. What's that dude name? The one Ryan, they put him in the joint. He was selling licenses, and that foreigner came over there and killed that whole school bus worth of children. You know, it's Chicago. You know, they known for dirty politicians. So,
Yeah, but you know, George Ryan, they prosecuted him because he commuted all those black men's sentences off of death row. That's where they went after
really?
George Ryan. It didn't have a damn thing to do with they used that for an excuse to put him in jail. No, they got him because he did something for black people.
Okay.
And he was you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
And he was a Republican who I voted for. That's why I said I flipped red a long time ago. No, they got him out because he did something for black people.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's why they got him out. They used the license plate for an excuse. And he did not profit from that. He did not live in a mansion. I don't even think he was a millionaire. Okay? So what are they talking about? No, they trumped up charges on him because he did something for blacks.
I got another question for you.
Yeah.
People, it seems like they are so programmed Democrat.
Yeah.
And they always say the Republicans is for the rich. The Republicans is for the rich, right? Okay. Well, not knowing that you can take advantage of the same laws or Republican benefits, just say you are a Democrat. You can take advantage of the same things that they take advantage of. Okay, if you use your head. But two, they say, well, they didn't get all that rich and wealthy until they got in office. Don't they see the Democrats do the same thing?
They did the same thing.
They get into office and they turn this they might have a net worth of $150,000. Now all of a sudden they worth $90 million.
Yep.
So what's the difference between if the Democrats doing it, and the Republicans?
No difference.
Are you just turning a blind eye to they doing the same damn thing?
They are. They're brainwashed. They're brainwashed. Look at Dick Durbin. He's a devil. Dick Durbin. He's a devil. Hope they get him out. And we should add a black woman senator, but the Negro, the clown, decided to support Duckworth. That's a black woman should have had that seat.
Yes, sir.
But the Democrats didn't support her. So you can't tell me nothing about a Democrat.
I think they be picking and choosing, and they got ulterior motives. What they call it, a smoking screen show. Smoking screen show.
Smoke screen, yeah. Smoke screen, yeah.
Now, I got another question for you. Where you get your good barbecue from over there in the Philippines?
I'm gonna tell you. I have not really tried any barbecue much here because I don't eat pork. So if I want barbecue like that, I will want a barbecue beef place. And most of the barbecue, I think they do have, you can get barbecue beef, but most of the barbecue here is going to be pork. So that's the issue with that.
Yeah, I guess you're going to have to do the veggies over there then.
Well, I'll tell you another thing about being in the Philippines. There's an abundance of fresh fruits and vegetables here. And it's
when I came, I went to Cebu. We was doing a whole bunch of restaurants.
I lived in Cebu. Yeah,
That Davao, you say that's where it's at?
I spent about a month and a half in Cebu. I stay in Davao now. But I spent about 6 months in St. Carlos City, where
Okay.
Calvin is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's it, man. This is what I would tell you. The one thing about this place, plenty of fruits and vegetables, fresh and not that expensive here. And lots of fish. You can go to the fish market and get fish and seafood here. And
Yes,
it's
sir.
not as expensive as well. So overall, in that respect, you can have a better choice of something to eat here. Fruits and vegetables that's free of the pesticides and things that you would find in the United States.
Are you
So that is
enjoying
good.
yourself over there? Like, are you enjoying yourself? Or is it growing on you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm in Davao right now. Davao is like one of the largest cities here in the Philippines. So different cities have different attractions or different amenities. Um, for example, here it's an urban city. So they have, I think, a very good transportation network here. Now, just like anywhere else, if you're trying to go through downtown during rush hour, it's going to be a traffic jam. But for the most part, they have very good transportation here in Davao with the jeepneys, the buses, the tricycles, and the taxis here.
Okay.
Um, and also they have a mountain here called Mount Apo, who I plan on visiting that very soon because I'm a hiker. I used to go to Arizona, Sedona, Arizona every year to hike in the mountains there. So there's mountains here nearby that I'm going to look forward to that. They have, of course, the Wild Eagle reserve here called
Really?
the Philippine Eagle. I did several vlogs about the Philippine Eagle. Go back to my previous videos. I got over 500 videos. You will see videos of the various tourist attractions that I've gone to and just the views of the hood, the neighborhood, the regular streets. So I have plenty of videos that I took in Cebu, in Iloilo, in Bacolod, in Tacloban, in Davao, and San Carlos City. So you will see plenty of different cities offer different things. You've been to Cebu, so you know it's an urban city, a lot of restaurants, a lot of choices for personal care. They have the malls, they have the barbershops, nail shops, massage places.
I got a massage for like $7, man.
$7, right?
I was like, oh my god. It was like
350 pesos.
$7.
$7. And you know what it is in Chicago is 10 times, is $70.
Yeah, they'll charge you like $65 to $70 an hour. And I don't think they do as good a job, to be honest.
Well, let me recommend you somebody. I recommend, oh man, I'm gonna think of it in a minute. 20, think around 22nd, about 2720 South Wentworth. There's a
Chinatown.
spot. Yeah, Chinatown. That's the best place to go. My favorite masseuse there, works there. Her name is Vivian. And Macau Spa, Macau. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put that in the chat. Macau Spa, 2720 South Wentworth. Yep, ask for Vivian. My favorite.
They got put the black for Trump.
masseuse.
Man.
Yeah, my favorite masseuse. Yeah. Macau Spa. If you're in Chicago, definitely go to Macau Spa. She gives the best. She's been my masseuse, I want to say going on 10 years. In
Man,
Chicago.
they work on that back, man. I get that back massage. The first day, you know, you might be a little sore afterwards, but after the end, you just feel better, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to
Yeah.
shout out my girl, my lady Vivian at Macau Spa in Chicago. She's the best. If you haven't been there, you need to go and tell her that Anwar Kente sent you. Like I
Okay,
said,
I'll do that when I get
been
the
my
chance. Absolutely.
You gotta go there. Macau Spa, look it up. She's there they open 7 days a week. And that's where I go for massages there. But yeah, get you a good massage here for a whole hour under $10 here. And they got it. And they have places you can get massages here in Davao too. As
Now,
well.
did you get a 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom, if you don't mind me asking?
When I was in San Carlos City, I rented a 1-bedroom apartment, which was all I needed because it's nobody but me. I didn't have a girlfriend. Matter of fact, if you look at my videos, I did a vlog about Gail, who was a black Filipina. She was the main one cooking my meals for me when I was in San Carlos City. Her name is Gail. She had a restaurant in San Carlos City. She cooked for me. She's black Filipina who cooked for me there. So I had bought me a hot plate where I could cook for myself, but basically I let her cook. But I had a 1-bedroom apartment there. In Davao City now, I actually have a house here. I got a house.
Okay.
2-bedroom house that I'm in. And actually I'm getting ready in the process. And you can look at that video too. I'm doing improvements on it. The housing stock here is a fraction of what it is in America to buy a house here.
Okay.
You probably seen Calvin's house. My house
Yeah, I
is
think he paid
probably
like 20 grand, 25 grand. I was like, man.
that's all. That's right. That's what it is. You can get. I got a 2-bedroom house here for about that amount. Yep. And again, the utilities are relatively low. And where I'm at it, and I'm probably gonna do a formal vlog on this later on, but the area where I am is accessible to transportation. It's accessible to buy food. It's accessible to the mall. You know, again, the weather here, 80 degrees every day. You know, it may rain a lot, but usually when it rains, it's usually in the afternoon or in the evening. So the main thing here is you got to deal with the heat. That's it every day, but it's like sunny, sunshine, 80 degrees every day. Yeah.
I'm going to be down there probably within the next 2 months. I'm going to take me a little 2-week trip down there, and then...
you should try to, if you come to Davao, maybe I can meet you here.
I got to come see you. You know I got to come see you.
Yeah.
I want to check out Davao. There's another YouTuber, He's a younger gentleman. His name is Mike something, Dr. Mike TV.
Okay, let
And
me tell you about him. Dr. Mike
he's
actually
always talking about
lives
the vow.
he lives in Carolina though now. He got married. He got him a Filipino wife, but he actually is a teacher. And he I think he grew up here or was raised in the Philippines, but he's back in America now. Matter of fact, I'm glad you mentioned him because I gotta reach out to him by email or chat. I need to get him on my channel to kind of get his take on what's going on there in America. But yeah, I'm well familiar with Dr. Mike. Yeah.
If you ever want to have another conversation, I really enjoy talking with you.
Yeah. So what I want you to do is, my intention is to have a vlog this Wednesday night in America, 7 p.m.
Okay.
on a weekly basis. Don't want this to be regular, so I'm gonna. You subscribe to my channel, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so do this for me. You have my email, which is geechelandjourney@gmail.com. Email me your email. So but when I'm getting ready to go on, I can send you an email with the link, or just obviously you can subscribe, so you should get the notification as well.
I get the notification. That's why I popped on my phone. It popped right up on my phone. I just shut down. See, I haul jet fuel, so I'm shut down for the night. And so it's time for me to go get my shower and wind down. But I wanted to touch, man, I really enjoy your perspective. A lot of people, I think things go over their head. You know what I mean? They don't get you. But they don't come from where we come from either. So,
yeah,
it's.
I'm Chicago, born and raised, come from to age 16. I was on the west side. I moved from the west side to Inglewood, which is the hood. I was there for 4 years, and then I moved to southeast side, which is South Shore, South Chicago, Calumet Heights, southeast side, which is where you are and I. So you're well familiar with 95th and Stony Island Avenue.
Yeah. Well, they got the jewel is still there, but they tore a lot of that stuff up when they was doing all that looting. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But they got the jewel up there in a couple of restaurants. But once I lost my mom, now my dad is still around. He's 78 now. But I lost my mom in 2020. It's just life changes, and it's one thing that I really have to say I admire about you brothers that put me over there. Start living. Don't put it off. Enjoy your life. I took my trip over there. I went over there 2 times. The first time I went for 2 weeks. The next time I just went for a week, which was kind of a waste. But you guys are really inspirational about living your life, enjoying and doing something different. So I really appreciate you guys just sharing.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. This is the reason, hope, for people who come see this on the replay. This is the reason. This is one thing I'm getting out of this channel. I retired at age 64, right after my 64th birthday. I retired. The very next week, I retired. And I've been in the Philippines since September 2023. I retired. I'm out here. I moved here. I've got a house here. Got me an apartment here for 6 months. I'm out here. I got my Social Security. My Social Security is more than enough money for me to live here and take care of my food, clothing, shelter, communication, transportation, healthcare, recreation, whatever. And I want to encourage you now, if you didn't already, did you see my vlogs I did from Sikihor, where I was going
Yes,
on,
sir.
I got a 99 problems and a beach ain't one.
Yes,
Did you
sir.
see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Part 1 and part 2. I'm getting ready to do part 3 because there's a very important thing that I left out. So that'll be part 3, 99 problems in the Philippines, but a beach ain't one. So
Okay.
watch
Okay.
that, and that will tell you that those are the things that I tell you come here. I'm saying with $2,000 American income, you can well take care of those items on that list: food, clothing, shelter, communication, recreation, transportation, companionship, all
The
of that.
whole 9 yards.
Travel,
The
the
whole
whole
nine
thing.
yards.
The whole thing. So I don't know what, I know it's getting pretty late there in Chicago. You work out of O'Hare Airport with the jet fuel?
Well, the Death Planes, we get loaded in Death Planes. Those are where the racks are. There's one that's Death Planes. I can't think. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly the name of the other one. I go
You
there so
know, I know
often.
where that is. You
It's
know, I know where that is.
Kinder
I used
Morgan
to be an Uber
O'Hare is right
driver.
there. We call it Kinder Morgan. And then the Shell is Death Plains. It's two different loading
Yeah,
facilities that's about 5 minutes from one another.
yeah.
Now, I don't deliver to O'Hare. There's another company. I know all those guys. They go there all the time. I pick up and I run a lot of Wisconsin. So I basically
Okay,
run the Green Bay, Appleton, Sheboygan,
okay.
Janesville,
Yeah,
Waukesha. I basically run within a 200-mile radius back and forth. So I'm home every night. But like tonight,
yeah.
I had to do doubles. So I'm out. I'm out. I gotta stay out on the road tonight, but it doesn't happen much. It doesn't happen much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But with my father being when I was young kept his foot in my butt. I made some investments. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
grateful. I'll just say it like that. I'm grateful and I'm thankful.
Hmm. So where's your
Mm.
where's your dad now?
That he stayed right off of 93rd as well. He's more
Oh,
close
okay.
to 91st. He's off of 91st Street, a little bit past Phillip.
All right.
Now my uncle, he was born in 1930. He
Yeah.
was one of the first black men. He used to own 2506, no 2141 East 93rd Street. That's right off
Okay.
of 93rd and Merrill. That area is
Yeah.
Peel Hill. It wasn't none of us over there at that time.
Yeah. Yo,
So,
no, of course not. Yeah, my grandparents moved to Peel Hill, and that's where I kind of ended up within walking distance of Peel
mhm,
Hill.
mhm. I don't think
Yeah.
you was too far from that park. I know where you at.
Stone Island Park, which is now called Jesse Owen Park.
Yes, sir. I know where you at. I know where you at. Man, I
Right
look
there.
forward to this. You a good brother. But I say about 2 months, I'm gonna be there though. So
Well,
I'm gonna
you
make.
keep in touch. Let me know. And you're gonna be back on my program maybe next week anyway, so we'll be able to keep up.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Top of the top, my brother. I'm gonna get ready and get me a little bit of rest. It was good to formally talk with you.
Yeah. So one thing I want to do right here is I'm gonna get ready to end this broadcast. And as we go, I want to share with you another one of my original tunes that I actually wrote for one of my favorite Chicago singing groups. And there's one surviving member of this group that's still alive. And I've been trying to get him to listen to my song, and hopefully he will record it and the group will record it. He's my mentor. You might know him. His name is Marshall Thompson.
I don't know who that is. What was the group?
Well, you ever heard of the Shylights?
Yeah. I didn't know that was his name. Okay.
Marshall Thompson is the founder of the Shylights. He's also my mentor. He personally mentored me in this business we talked on the phone. I actually had his phone number in my cell phone, and he actually gave me some pointers of how to release music and do stuff. So I got a song that I wrote, hopefully for him and the group he's gonna do. But if you listen to the beginning of the broadcast, I did my song called "The Bargain with Hell," and that's also done by one of my artists called Master G Lion. But another song, and then a couple other songs I did under Master G Lion. But this one that's coming up here now is called World Powers. And again, this is by Geechee Lion, who is myself. And we're going to thank you as we get ready to end this broadcast. Join me next week, 7 p.m. Central Time in Chicago. And we bring you World Powers. Peace, love, and soul.
World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the fighting. World powers, stop the war now. World powers,
I like that hook.
stop the fighting. World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the fighting. World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the killing. Years ago they shipped our brothers overseas to fight a foreign nation, the Vietnamese. Most of them didn't know what they were fighting for. In the devil's army, the black and the poor, at the average age of 19 years old, thrown into a world of horrors untold, hanging on to mother's apron just a short time before, seeing so much they don't wanna see no more. World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the fighting. World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the killing. In America today, the situation's bad. Suffering of the people, the worst that they've had. Plants closing everywhere, factories shutting down. A minimum wage job is hard to be found. In the hills of America, the homeless outside, down and out in the city with no sense of pride. Children going hungry, what a price to pay, while policies of the government are throwing food away. Power, stop the war now. World powers, stop the fighting. World powers, stop the war now. World powers, stop the killing. Brothers wandering around with hardly any hope, going insane with alcohol, crack and the dope. Even with an education, many can't find a job. Some has turned to criminality, gangs and the mob. Now Uncle Uncle Sam is calling, saying, be all you can be. Brothers risking their lives for some opportunity. Uncle Sam's world is crumbling, that's a natural fact. Only God's miracle can bring his power back.